Did you ever think about, like, what we'd believe if our parents believed different things?
Tim, do you mind getting on the cross? Awesome, yeah.
Dear Heavenly Father, it's such an amazing pleasure and an amazing honor to be worshiping your name through song and dramatic art.
What are the college plans, guys?
Bree and I are going to Weatherford. Jim's going to New York. He already got in.
Wait, what?
I'm Elizabeth. I'm Austin's wife. I lead the women's ministry here, so play me a song.
So, are you really like, you know...
Think so?
I hope you get help. I think you should.
You're watching The Film Fix, and this week we have a very special guest, the festival director for Out on Film, that premieres on, it opens on...
This Thursday, the 29th.
Very good, very good. And this is Jim Farmer. How are you doing, Jim?
Good, how are you?
Thank you for joining us on The Film Fix. Now, Out on Film has been a festival in Atlanta for several years, right?
Exactly. This is the 24th annual festival.
Goodness. So it's one of the oldest festivals.
It's one of the oldest festivals of its kind in the country.
Wow. And now it features predominantly gay, lesbian, and transgender films.
Exactly,
is that what it is? And tell us a little bit about the events and about the festival and what we can expect. Now, it's at the Landmark, right? Exactly.
It's in the Midtown Arts Center. We start Thursday night. We last for 8 days. We last until Thursday, October 6th. We have over 60 films. Some of the highlights include Show Dependent with Margaret Show, which is this Friday. It was filmed here in Atlanta at the Tabernacle. It's Margaret Show doing what Margaret Show does best, stand up, talking about Bristol Palin, Dancing with the Stars, her mother, you know, all sorts of fun things.
Well, now that would appeal to just about everyone.
Exactly.
I mean, just so funny, and of course she's on Drop Dead Diva, which is shot here in the Metro Atlanta area.
So that should have a huge local fan base. Some of the other highlights: we have a film about country singer Shelley Wright called "Wish Me Away."
For some reason, people think that you can't be gay and have those platforms of your life. Well, that's why I have to do this. I have to be one to step forward to say, really? You think you know what gay is? I've never denied God. And I am about family. And I am about the freedoms of my country. And I'm gay.
She came out last spring after a while of debating whether or not she should. And it really affected her career. And it's really about the decision to do so, about her personal life and her professional life, and about where she's going from here. It's a very, very good film.
Wish me away. One wish, hope and pray. Wish me
away. One of my favorite films of the entire festival is called The Wise Kids. It won a lot of awards at Outfest in LA earlier this year. It's set in Charleston. It's about 3 high school students who are about to get ready for college.
It's a narrative feature?
Exactly, it's a narrative feature. And it's about, you know, moving forward. One of them realizes that he's gay, and it sort of determines how it affects their relationship and how they move forward into college years, especially against a religious background. It's probably one of my 2 or 3 favorite films of the festival.
I think so.
Happy birthday, movie maker.
You look really good.
Like, cute?
I mean, like, what do you think happens when you die?
I think you go wherever you were before you were born. You go to where you were in 1722. That was a good year. I want you in heaven with me. So bad. So bad.
What else do we have? We have a documentary that made a lot of noise at Sundance called We Were Here. It's about the early days of the AIDS crisis in San Francisco. And this really focuses on the personal stories of the men and women who were there and how it affected them. You know, it's their stories from literally being there. It's very moving, and it's very timely in that we're celebrating the 30th anniversary of AIDS this year.
Yeah,
So that's a don't miss.
How are you getting it? Who are you getting it from? Who's giving it to who?
Everybody was reading the obituaries because they went from like this to like this.
Our principal response was food banks and care programs, and it was a response that America should be proud of.
It changed people's view of the gay community in a huge way.
Again and again, in every situation, there's lesbians there leading the fight.
None of my friends are around from the beginning, so I want to tell their story as much as I want to tell my story.
All sorts of good stuff. We have a film, a very strong film on Sunday night called The Green. It has Cheyenne Jackson and Julie Ormond, and one of my favorite actresses, Ileana Douglas.
Oh,
it's about a couple who moved from New York to the suburbs, and one of the guys is a drama teacher, and he gets accused of certain things by one of his students. And it's about how he deals with that and the aftermath, and about the stigma of how rumors and stuff like that can really, you know.
Reminiscent of
Exactly.
Doubt, which of course was a Broadway play made
Exactly.
into a movie with Meryl Streep and Philip Seymour Hoffman, I believe.
Exactly.
This is a shakedown. It's all about money.
These people are trying to destroy you.
We have to expose her as a mercenary, profiting from the fabricated abuse of her kid.
That's not a possibility. Michael is innocent. And this is all gonna blow over. Wait a minute, that's mine. What do you...
He doesn't know, does he? About the arrest in 98.
There was a mix-up. So you kept this from me? You think what they're saying is true?
I want you to look me in the face and tell me that nothing happened between you and Jason.
No.
It was all over school, and I tried to warn you.
Is this what you had in mind for a retreat from the big bad city? You're talking as if I've done something. I did not molest Jason Williams.
What made you move?
I wanted to see green.
Bet you wish you stayed now.
Well, as a veteran of the film festival circuit, having covered it for a better part of a decade, well, actually a decade, I can tell you how wonderful it is to have all of the films in one place. Having it at the landmark Midtown Art Cinema, there near, I guess it's near Piedmont Park, is that
Exactly,
it?
it's near Piedmont Park. It's very centralized in Midtown.
And there's
So
plenty
it's
of places to eat. There's a little bar community there, so you can get a
Exactly.
drink and you can go see. I think even you can get a drink in the theater. You
Oh, yeah.
can drink a beer while
Yes, you
watching
can.
the movies. At the Atlanta Film Festival this year, there was a kind of a half brawl, and I always wondered whether or not it was because there was drinking and a lot of, what do they call it, frivolity in the audience.
Festival frivolity.
Festival
yes.
frivolity. Talk to us a little bit about the state of the genre and whether or not there should be a gay, lesbian, and transgender genre at all.
There are two sides of that. People ask me a lot why we still need a gay and lesbian film festival, and my answer is, you know, gays and lesbians are obviously more mainstream now. We have, you know, lots of gay and lesbian characters, trans characters on TV, but we're not really mainstream yet. I mean, we still deal with some of the same issues that we dealt with 20 years ago. So in that aspect, it's really important to have a film festival for the community, you know, by the community, where we can all come together. But on the other hand, the films that we show all have, you know, an LGBT theme, but I mean, these are films that can be enjoyed by everybody. I mean, you know, Margaret's show, Show Dependent. I mean, she's a comedian. She brings everybody together. Her humor is universal.
Well, and there's no doubt, I mean, she's been out for some time, so it's not like it's controversial when she talks about issues of sexual orientation.
Exactly.
It's the Out on Film Film Festival. It's starting this Thursday, September 29th. This is Jim Farmer, the festival director. Check it out. What's the website?
www.outonfilm.org. We open Thursday at the Midtown Arts Cinema, and we run for 8 days. So.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
As always, you've been watching The Film Fix, this special interview episode of The Film Fix. You can join us online by going to dailyfilmfix.com, where you can feed your movie addiction.